What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So, girl, what is going on? Okay, y'all. I listen. Honestly, I say it each and every time. I really don't feel well. Okay, I really don't feel well. Didn't even want to get on this camera, but I did not want to give y'all a long wait period. I literally had to get off work early because I just really wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but hey, it is what it is. I know my sinuses have been bothering me, so I really, really, really hope I'm not getting a sinus infection like that. And if I am, oh, Lord be with me. But anyway, it's the fall, okay? The weather is cool, which I love. I am not complaining about that. I love to sit in a good jacket, a good hoodie, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get a little sweater on, a little brisk. But anyway, baby, we finna freestyle this because I left my notes at work. And when I was doing my notes, I just realized it really wasn't much to do, much to talk about. But anyway, I really hope that you guys are doing really well. And honestly, I just really wanted to get on here and talk about the what is going on in the world. What is going on, you guys? I just don't understand why everybody leaving up out of here the way that they leaving up out of here that ain't never left up out of here before. What is going on? I don't understand. Moving on, we'll get there. And I gotta get my steps in regardless. I gotta get the rest of my steps in. How many steps I gotta go? Okay, I could do that. But anyway, maybe I feel a little better. Probably, you know. But I hope you guys are doing great. Okay. I had to come home. I had to take a nap and everything. That's why I got my, you know. But really, we got to talk about two deaths. Oh, before I get into it though, there was a couple of people who asked about the lights that I had going on in my room, well, in my house. And where is it? The one that I ordered, and I got a couple of them. It's called the Girl, it's an Ocean Wave projector, okay? And they real cheap. Real cheap. You go on Amazon.com, baby. I don't know if we supposed to be on Amazon these days, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, I never got off of it. But hey, it is what it is, okay? But yeah. So first of all, what the fuck is going on? That's why. Girl, the lights just look a little bit weird. But no, so yeah, it's on Amazon. It's like a little projector, whatever. Um, Let me show y'all the one that I got. This is the one that I got. Girl, can y'all see it, bitch? Girl, fuck that. Okay, it's a cube. All right. Just go in there, and if you wanted to search, just look up ocean wave projector. You know, they come in cubes, they come in spheres, any type of shape, whatever, and they're really cheap. So, and they work really well. You know what I'm saying? I like it. It gives you like a little bit of serenity, calm you down and all that stuff. After a long day and everything, you just want to be smooth. You want to vibe out, listen to some music. I've been listening to girl ain't shit on TV to watch. Okay, let me tell you something. Am I the only one who have been in a mood and in this mode of if it wasn't for the fact that I need to watch. I want to watch some of these shows and that I'm discussing. I would not even, watch TV at this point because it's not much that's really catching my interest. Or I just don't even be in a mood to like when I come home. At this point, I'm still one of the very few that still got cable, right? I'm literally about to get rid of it, okay? Because I don't turn my TV on the cable box on at all. If I turn my TV on, I'm looking at something on streaming. And it's like, so what am I paying cable for if everything that I'm watching is on streaming, and everything that's on cable that I watch on streaming is going to be there the next day? You know what I'm saying? And I guess the only hold up for real was me watching the Housewives, okay? Because y'all know I like to get the Housewives out that night, my review out that night, instead of waiting the next day. But, you know, maybe something's going to have to give, because I feel like it's a waste of money at this point. Who still got cable? Somebody could be like, bitch, we been got rid of it. Well, I didn't. Okay, I'm slow to the process. You know what I'm saying? And when you realize, you just sit back and you like, girl, I don't even use this stuff no more. So why am I paying for it? You know? So yeah, I'm debating that. Which I'm definitely gonna get rid of it. So there's that. You know, honestly, and I'm getting rid of some things like Stars. I pay for Stars. I'm about to get rid of that too. Do you realize that I have not watched BMF the last season, and I'm trying to hold on because I'm definitely getting rid of Stars when power go off. That's what I would do, okay? Because I don't go on there to look at anything else. What comes on Stars? Well, let me stop that, because P-Valley's supposed to be coming back. Now, how do I know this? After that whole situation with Katori and, you know, what's her name? Girl, Nikki Gilbert. I was about to say what her name is. That whole court case is over with. Season 3 is done. They're just waiting for a release date. And Katori basically said it's coming soon. Excuse me. I seen the commercial, not the commercial, but the trailer for Tyler Perry's new movie that has Mississippi. What's her name? Mia Thornton? No, not Mia Thornton. Shannon Thornton, okay? She plays Mississippi in P-Valley, and she's going to be the main character in this new movie with her. Oh my God, what is his name? Wyatt from Sisters. Is his name Wyatt? That's not his name. I ain't watched Sisters. The white boy, Daddy's boy. Girl, well, he half black. Him, the biracial. Is his name Wyatt? Wyatt is coming from Haves and the Have-Nots. What is his name? Let me look this up, because it's going to bother me. It's going to bother me, y'all. Oh. Girl, Sisters. Cass. Preston. Okay, and another the black guy that's in it. Oh, you've seen him on many of things, and I just can't remember his name. And then a girl, Brittany Hall, she's in it as well. You know, so that's cool. And you know, somebody was like, "Damn, I thought this was a trailer or some shit for P-Valley." And then, you know, Shannon Thornton, aka Mississippi, she commented and said, "Coming soon." Okay, so, but truth be told, y'all been saying coming soon for a minute. So this 10 better be for real, because we tired of coming soon. You know, give me a due date. Give me a date. You ain't even got to drop the trailer yet. Just give me a date so that I can go ahead and go catch up. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily catch up, but I got to rewatch, okay? It's been 15 years. It's been 15 years, you know? So, yeah, I got to do a refresher of all of that. Girl, I haven't even started Reasonable Doubt chat. I have not been in the mood to just want to sit there and just watch stuff, okay? And if I do turn on TV, or if I do turn on a streaming app, I'm looking at old shit and it's just being played in the background while I'm doing my work or whatever. You know, I don't know. I come home, play my little, you know, taxi game or whatever, be up in here driving and fucking shit out, and listen to music. That's just really what's been going on. That's chill. I read something. I'm trying to get back into reading, you guys. So if y'all got some good book suggestions, like, you know, black authors in particular, but if y'all say like, oh, you need to read this thriller by this person, I like thrillers, I like suspense, you know, I could do a little romantic comedy, romantic, but not too much on that. Not too much. It got to be black. If it's gonna be romance, it gotta be black. You know what I'm saying? But I could do a little mystery. I could do a little thriller. I could do a little suspense. You know what I'm saying? I do like a good biography, memoirs, and all of that stuff. I do like a good nonfiction book. So put some suggestions down in the comments that I could check out. Mind you, I work at a library. I work at a library and don't know. Girl, do you know how awkward it be when people be coming up in there and they be like, so, what's a good book to read? I be like, girl, what the fuck? I don't know. Go look at the new books over there. I don't know. Like, girl, just because I work here don't mean that I be, it is what it is. Let me tell you something. The last book that I read in full was Mama Tina book. I am still reading Scotty's book. It's just been so much that's going on, but it's still a good book. Okay, I'm almost done with it. I just been having so much stuff going on, work and everything. But anyway, let's just get into it. I really got off topic for a second. Pause, because I don't know. Do y'all watch Love Is Blind? I know I talked about it. And I think it was last week's episode, last week review. Well, what it is. Y'all, and let me just tell y'all this. I apologize for last week. Was it last week when I was drunk as shit? I don't know. Girl, whichever that time was, I apologize 100%. Your girl didn't mean it. Your girl was I just needed a little sippy sip, okay? And the sippy sip turned into the sippy sip. But, I apologize if the review was all over the place or whatever. But let me just go in. Love Is Blind right quick. So I did discuss Edmund and KB, right? Now, up until this point, and if you haven't watched the new episodes, girl, you ain't missed nothing. And if I put it out there, you could sit through it. And you could go back and watch and fill in the blank, but you'll probably understand everything that I'm saying. So if you haven't watched it, my bad. I'm giving you an opportunity to get off until you come back. But I'm not going to talk about this too long. But Edmund and KB, that's one of the most problematic castings on this show that I've seen in a long time. And, it's getting to a point where I think the casting for this show is doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose to put something. They got to put a wow factor that's going to get the people talking. And I feel like they put Edmund on here and some of the other people on here this season because last season was whack as hell. Okay? Last season was whack as hell. It was so vanilla. It was so dry. It was so boring from what I heard. And even just looking at the cast from last season, I said, oh, no, baby, I'm not interested. And from what I heard, I was correct, okay? Nobody's talking about season 8 of Love Is Blind. But then you get season 9 of Love Is Blind, and then you get a person like Edmund comes on, and he does, and then you try to put out there and say that everybody goes through this psychological test and evaluation and all this stuff or whatever. From who? From who? Because it can't be a professional. It can't be a professional with a degree in this whole situation that got hours and hours and hours and hours of practice underneath their belts, okay? Because I don't think a true professional would assess Edmund and say that he's okay to be on this, okay? Truth be told, Edmund does not need to be on any type of TV, any type of streaming. What he needs to be is in somebody's therapy chair. He needs to be going to something to be taking care of his trauma, because that trauma is not all the way healed because of the way that he is acting. And at this point, I don't even know if, I'm not going to say that it's not real, but something is telling me that half of it is acting. Like he putting on a show. It's giving very manipulative, okay? That whole crying and getting his feelings, and when KB wouldn't have sex with him, and then on these episodes when she said you act one way when the cameras is down, but then when the cameras come up you act another way, like everything is good, as if we didn't just get into it, and then you try to make it seem like my feelings don't matter, and try to make her seem like the bad person. It's manipulative as fuck, okay? It's manipulative as fuck. But I will say this. That was the one and only scene that I truly did enjoy between Edmund and KB was on, I think it was episode 10. How many episodes has it been? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whichever one. Okay, I think it was 10 or 11. Whichever one. When they was rollerblading, I love that. I seen somebody say, when he said what his favorite thing to do or whatever, or something like that, he said rollerblade. And somebody said, what you mean about rollerblading? That's childish. No, it's not. Rollerblading is fun, bitch. Believe it or not, your girl used to rollerblade, okay? And I could and I prefer rollerblades over anything like, cause them four wheelers, 2 and 2, bitch, them skates, I can never get it, okay? Bust my ass each and every time, but rollerblades, you couldn't tell me shit, bitch, okay? I'm a pro in it. But yeah, I thought that was so cute though. I ain't even gonna hold you, but it don't take away the fact that he does not need to be on this show. He's manipulative as fuck, and when his mama came onto the show, he was they the same. I get it, okay? Also, Ali and that dude, what's his name, the Russian dude, they not gonna last. And if they make it to the altar, I really feel like he gonna run off or she gonna run off. I don't know. I don't think they gonna get married. That one scene where she was talking about the alcohol and he was just, girl, yeah, she don't like that. I'm like, why are we playing games? What's that girl name? Annie and Joe? Oh my goodness. This was really what prompted me to come on here and actually talk about it. Annie and Joe, I'm glad that they broke up. Okay, well, not Joe. Annie and Nick. Okay, first of all, the people that said that Nick is, okay, and I see it, all right, I see it. It's given very much, I'm trying to, fit into a lifestyle that's going to appease my conservative parents because that's where I grew up at. And he was the one that brought up when they was in the pies. He was the one that brought up and said, hey, how would you feel or what would you do if we had kids and you found out your kid was gay? Why would you bring that up? I mean, it's a good question, but at the same time, And then to tell us the story about how your mama thought that you was gay because you was going through some things and you was just depressed because you was going through a breakup or a situation with a girl. That was interesting. And so, I just never saw it for them. Never felt the chemistry between them. And on this recent episodes, when them two actually, spoiler alert, they broke up. He broke up with her. It was at one point where she was just nagging and like, oh my God, can you tell me that you love me? I don't know. You don't really say it. It don't feel like it. And he's like, I do love you. I do love you. I do love you. And that kept on going for a good 10 minutes. And then when you thought it died down, she kept on going. And I was just like, what? And then eventually he was like, you know what? I don't want to play games, okay? So we're not getting married. I just don't see us going down the altar. I don't see us going down the aisle. I don't see us getting married. But you got to. Come on. You just got to. No, and she was begging. I ain't never seen somebody beg somebody to stay with them to get married, especially on camera like that. I said, girl, if you don't stand your ass up, that man don't want to be with you right about it. That man don't want to be with you or any other woman. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to stand up and stop begging. It was so pathetic and desperate. I said, girl, do you see what you're doing? This is being recorded. Stop this. Have a little couth about yourself. Okay, and then Joe and Madison. Oh my goodness, Joe, you're an asshole because you should have been told that girl, you should have let her go right then and there and said, listen, bitch, I mean, we had a good time in the past when I didn't see you. And I know they said love is blind, but I can't get past the fact that I am not attracted to you because you are not my type. You a little bit thicker than I'm used to. And truth be told, wasn't nothing wrong with Madison's size. But that's just me. People got their preferences and he couldn't look past it. He tried. And that's why he didn't want to be around her when they had that little party and they get together in Mexico or whatever. And when she tried to wake him up, he was like, where you come from? You got dressed? I said, that nigga's on some shit. Yeah. When they went to go do the fitting for the tuxes and stuff, and he freaked out over the tie. And as soon as I seen how he was acting in there, I said, yeah, he about to cut this off. And it was even more shown where I really, really knew that it was gonna happen soon was when they met up with her parents and her sister. The sister was way too extra. That was too fucking much for me, and that would have turned me completely off. Okay, granted, I know I'm not marrying your sister, but I gotta see her because that's your sister. Okay, it was way too fucking much, and I can just see he was zoned out. He was clocked out. So yeah, but you a bitch because you should have went on ahead and told her that. And Madison, you need to get some pride about yourself, and y'all need to get y'all self-esteem up because listen, people be playing fucking games with y'all. And y'all just be letting them and then be acting surprised and then you be begging these bitches to come back and to stay. No, we not doing that. We not doing that. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. I had a couple of people come back into my life recently. At least like hit me up and all this shit. And do the exact same thing. See, this is why I'm not a fan of doing that, what is it? Spinning the block or whatever, or what shoulda, coulda, woulda. Especially if you're gonna fuck around and do the same thing. And it's another reason I don't want to put it out there because then somebody gonna say I'm phobic about something. But hey, that's just really what happened. It is what it is. But I just really want to put that out there. Talk about that for a quick second because, like I said, it ain't really much to talk about. Truly, what I really want to get on here is talk about these deaths that's just happening. I just don't understand what is going on. Life is throwing curveballs after curveball. What's going on? I don't get it. I mean, at least with Diane Keaton, bitch, we lost a giant. We lost Diane Keaton. And don't tell me what to say. And don't tell me what to do, bitch. Not Miss Annie Hall herself. We lost Diane Keaton a few days ago, right? At the top of the fucking week. We lost her. I think she was 79 years old. And today, recently, I just seen an article that they said that she passed away from pneumonia. I said pneumonia is taking motherfuckers out of here. It's either cancer or pneumonia that I have been seeing recently, okay? Pneumonia, that's that lung shit, all right? You don't play around with that, and then you put old age in there too. Oh my God. She couldn't breathe. What is going on? I just felt, what is your, she's so, and then she got kids. She got a son and a daughter, and I think they're like 29 and 24 years old. I said, wait a minute. Now, hold on. Let me see. Because I could have got their age wrong. I'm pretty sure I got it right here. Oh, excuse me. So sorry about that, y'all. Well, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, she has... Okay, well, that's not it. Yeah, 29-year-old son named Dexter and... two sons. A 29-year-old named Dexter and a 25-year-old named Duke. They are... young, first of all, for her to be 79 years old. A year later in life, probably had them at 30-something or whatever. Well, that's not it. 40-something? Girl, y'all do the math. But she passed away from pneumonia. And I just can't... It's just she was just so unproblematic. And she was stylish as fuck, okay? Y'all want to know who I'm going to... Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to have a fucking fit. Because y'all know I don't really go up for the white girls like that. But, some of them, we got to, okay? Julia Roberts is one of my faves. Y'all already know that. Sandra Bullock is one of my faves as well. Angelina Jolie definitely is my top fave. But I like, of course, like a Sally Field. I like love a Diane Keaton all the time. And also Meryl Streep. Bitch. She get up out of here and what the fuck? Miranda, what? No, we... I don't want to speak that out to the universe, but it's just a couple of them that, baby, it's gonna hurt my soul. It is gonna hurt my soul. Listen, I was looking, and mind you, it is so crazy that all of this shit happened because on Tubi, Baby Boom was on Tubi, right? And I was just looking at that randomly last week. Randomly looking at Baby Boom last week. And then now I had to go look at Father the Bride. If you ain't never see Father the Bride 2, first of all, Father the Bride 2 was a fool. That was a fool. And I feel like that was real life for Diane Keaton, okay? Because she fucked around and got pregnant at their old age. You know, this ain't no ageism, okay? But imagine being pregnant at the same time your daughter is pregnant. That's what happened with my mama. My mama and my grandmama and my auntie. Everybody was pregnant around the same damn time. It was just months apart. Okay, I said, so y'all just was over there fucking. You know, my grandma. First of all, yeah, my grandma was pregnant with my auntie, and then my auntie was pregnant with my cousin. Mind you, she was. And then my mama was pregnant with me. All months. At one point, they was all pregnant at the same time. That is crazy as shit, bitch. That's crazy. Okay. But yeah, that was something. That was something. Something's Gotta Give is one of my other favorite movies. I also like Family Stone with Rachel McAdams too. That shit was cute. You know, y'all gotta get into the book club. I like the book club. Y'all, you know, I know everybody always go to the First Wild clubs and all that stuff. What is that other movie? I had put a clip up. Oh my goodness, it's right there. Oh yeah, Hanging Up. Oh my god, I gotta go watch it. I got to go watch Hanging Up with Lisa Kudrow and her when they was the sisters and all of that shit. And Meg Ryan, bitch. At one point, I was crying in that movie. Oh my god. Marvin's Room. Girl, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. I can't believe she gone. You know, and then when people pass away, you just want to go back and you just gonna reminisce. And you got to make sure that they wasn't on no bullshit. She wasn't on no bullshit. Mama used to dress, though. And truth be told, I always thought Diane Keaton was a little gay. No shade. She had a lot of style, though. But hey, she still could have been. But I don't know. May she rest in peace. And then we get hit the other day with the fact that D'Angelo passed away. And then they asking, how does it feel? Baby, it hurts. Because we didn't even know that he was sick. And honestly, I kind of appreciate that because after the way y'all did Chadwick Boseman and girl, yeah, people be battling stuff and they do it offline, do it privately. And plus, he was a private person anyway. And just an amazing musician that's soul, jazz, neo soul, all of that put into one. Like, he put out some good, great fucking music. He put out that type of music that it sounds good in the studio, but when you play that bitch live, it's excellent. It takes it up 1,000 more notches. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of the girls and some of the guys, y'all like him because he was fan as fuck. I like the musicianship. I will say that How Does It Feel video, fuck all of that shit that was going from the face, the neck down. I don't give a shit about that. Y'all can have that. It was them lips for me. I ain't even gonna lie. I said them lips were perfect. Perfect type of gloss. And it wasn't gloss on his lip. He was using his own spit because when he licked them, they still looked the same. I said, now how do you have a perfect set of lips like that? There was no crack, no crease, no nothing. They was just so fucking smooth. Kissable. The best cornrows in the goddamn game, bitch. Okay? I don't give a fuck what y'all say. When he had gained weight, he was fine as shit then, and he still was fine as shit, you know, with or without the weight. I'm the shit, bitch. Could have got me. And I don't even swing that way. Shawty swing my way. And you want to know, he had 3 kids. I believe 2 sons and a daughter, and one of his sons, of course, was with the late, great Angie Stone. And I feel for all of his children for the simple fact that they lost a parent, but especially for his child with Angie Stone because He just lost his mother. It's not even been a full year. I don't believe it's not been a full year. And then to realize, and it makes me go back to a clip or something that was being played when Angie Stone died. And they was doing this thing where Angie Stone and her son was having, um, just going over their music and everything, and then looking at things with uh, D'Angelo. And I remember like people were saying, why they watching this like he ain't here or something going on. And truth be told, he probably was sick at that time. And so yeah, that's what it was. And oh my, that is so sad. When you look back at things and you realize, oh God, that's so sad. That Voodoo album, oh, I think one of the last, he did do a verses, right? I think that's probably was the last time he did something live. 51 years old. 51 years old. And left a mark. Left a mark. Whether it's because y'all liked his body or y'all liked his music, that man was a goat, okay? Neo Soul was a time I needed to come back for real, for real. Neo Soul, like, we lost two people in Neo Soul. We lost Angie Stone and we lost D'Angelo. Wow. Wow. Mm, that's tough. I can't take it no more, y'all, because the wrong people is getting up out of here. The wrong people are getting up out of here. What more can we take? Okay? But, tell me your favorite D'Angelo song, D'Angelo moment. He was, and you want to know what it is? Bring back the artists who don't let us fully into their lives like that. It's still a goddamn mystery to a certain extent. I know a little bit of something, but I don't know everything, okay? Because you don't live online like that. You're not. That's why I'm okay with Beyonce not tweeting, bitch. Because if she ever get online and start, I'm gonna have to block you. Cause I don't want to know everything, okay? I know be a little elusive or whatever because we see what's going on, all right? And I feel like in a sense, part of being so out there, so I don't know, that could be a detriment as well because the people know too much about your business and they be like, they finding too much out about your character for real, and they don't even want to fuck with you no more. That could be a good and a bad thing at the same time, you know? But listen, may D'Angelo rest in peace. May Miss Diane Keaton rest in peace. He had cancer. He was silently battling pancreatic cancer. I'm so tired of hearing people dying from cancer. And it's been happening for years. And don't put up in there, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, it's because of fucking life. And then because we're also black. You know what I'm saying? We get the very fucking short end of the goddamn stick all the damn time. And then you're a black man and everything. Oh wow, like everybody just go to the doctor. And not saying that he wasn't going to the doctor, but I'm just saying this in general. We need to get ourselves in order. Each and every day we see what's going on. We just really have to get it together, okay? Myself included and everything, you know. That kind of hit me real. Mind y'all gotta bear with me too, cause this is, and I just realized really why I've just kind of been off this month because, when somebody that you love so much is gone and you're dreading the day that they pass, the anniversary of their passing, that's gonna come up, and that's coming up soon for my uncle. He passed on the 29th of this month, so yeah. That explains a lot of shit that has been going on. If you seem like I've been off or whatever, there it is. But, it is what it is. We not finna get too deep into it because y'all know one day I'm a breakout crying on here. Y'all gonna be like, well, bitch, I thought you said you'll never cry. Oh, well, I did. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, moving on before I do that. Lil Scrappy and Mama D, because I really just seen this. Look, Mama D, we got to get into why people are such predators And they don't even understand the things that they are doing is very much predatory, very much not right. Okay? We see this same thing, and this goes to show that everybody can be ignorant in their own ways. We get on men a lot for doing shilly shit and just dumb shit to try to dissuade their sons or whoever to not be gay. And we don't talk about enough women who do the same thing. We got on Boosie ass for, you know, having a stripper, or basically, I don't know if he had a stripper for his son or made him have sex with a woman, whatever, when they was young, just so that they won't turn out to be gay. And then the same thing is being said, and Mama D put this information out there herself on this little podcast or whatever she was doing with Scrappy, and basically said when his 14th birthday came around, she had got him some strippers because she didn't want him to be gay. She didn't want him to be out here holding a purse or anything like that. And then gonna say, no offense to my LGBT people, because I don't have no problem with y'all. You do have a problem, okay? And at the end of the day, I understand for those who don't, because if you say that you don't want your child to be gay, if you have a child, you would prefer them not to be gay because you don't want them to go through hate crimes and things of that such and be judged and discrimination, I understand. But if you're talking about something, you don't want your child to be gay just because you don't like gay people, or it's against the Bible and it's this and this and then it's on some fucked up shit reasoning, you're part of the problem, okay? And it's so much information out there now to dissuade and to combat what y'all think was supposed to be in the Bible about gay people and what it truly meant about homosexuality and all that stuff, and how everything has gotten twisted. And because you listen to what other people tell you instead of doing the actual research to actually read the text and get to the knowledge and to the meaning of the true text of what it is. And these are words not from God but from men. Okay? But hey, that's neither here nor there. We ain't even got to get into it. But let's get into this whole situation of trying to get strippers for your son so that they won't become gay. I want you guys to understand, especially parents who have young kids right now, if your child is going to be gay, there is nothing that you can stop them, or no way that you can stop that from happening. I just want you to understand that, okay? Whether you want to accept it or not, whether you want that for them or not, there is no way that you can stop them from living in their truth. Whether they're living it out loud, in the closet, hiding it from you, and being out loud other places, it's going to happen if that's what's in them and that's what they were born to be, okay? It's going to happen. No amount of forcing them to have intercourse with women or men or whoever so that they can have this heterosexual lifestyle and this heterosexual dream that you have for them is going to make them heterosexual. That's the whole thing when I say about this, when they say, oh, it's a gay agenda and we don't want this being seen on TV and we don't want, gay people on TV and gay people in movies and gay people in this, because it's going to turn my kid gay and y'all putting this message out there. Okay, well, what about us gay people that see straight shit all the fucking time? Grew up seeing straight shit, heterosexual shit, and still said, I like pussy. Me, okay? That's just really what it was. And I still love me a good heterosexual movie, bitch. Because some of the shit be good as shit, okay? The storyline be good, everything. And I can sit here and be like, that's cute, I like that. And I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh, that's the straight agenda. That's the straight agenda. So the fuck what? If you see two gay people kissing, that ain't gonna mean that somebody else gonna turn gay. Your child gonna turn gay. They may ask a couple of questions. If you can't answer it, just move the fuck on. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna turn them gay if it's not in them, okay? That's just really what it is, all right? Getting a fucking stripper for your 14-year-old son so that he won't become gay. And then let's get into this whole thing. Because I feel like, especially when it comes to men, and I feel bad for y'all. I really feel bad for, especially the black men. Because y'all have it hard enough. We all have it hard, especially being black people, you know? But I feel like, and I keep on saying this time and time again, lesbians, we do get discriminated against, but I feel like gay black men especially get way more heat in the black community for being gay because of the simple fact that, they make it seem as if you are gay, you are not a man. You are emasculating yourself. You're allowing yourself to be emasculated. You're going to be feminized, and you're going to be this, and you're going to be that. You're going to be weak. You can't do this. You can't do that. And that is not fucking true. And we got to get out of this notion, or at least y'all got to get out of this notion that, when somebody said that they're gay, oh, they're going to be holding a purse. Oh, they're going to be wearing a dress. Oh, they're going to be doing this and doing that. No, there are some who do that, but there are also gay men who are out here who look just like any other heterosexual man and carry themselves as such, and don't carry purses and don't do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, who gives a fuck? Like, the stereotypes and all of this shit that y'all as soon as people say gay, they instantly, I'm pretty sure, instantly go to a feminine man instead of just a regular man who out here, because it's niggas. It's thugs out here. It's gangsters out here that be out here getting slapped in the low. Okay? Like, come on. Stop that. And stop setting your kids up and putting your business out there like that. First of all, stop fucking doing this nasty shit. You are a fucking predator. And we already knew this. And at this point in time, given Mama D's background, I'm not surprised by nothing that she said when it came to this, because she was a pimp. So she don't see nothing wrong with this behavior. All right. She pimped bitches out. So that's just what it was. And the way that he was brought up in a whorehouse. So yeah, nothing of the such it's not gonna surprise me. You know what I'm saying? So, but to sit there and make it seem like it's okay, and it is what it is, and then getting your feelings when people call you out about it. I just seen a video, or I seen a headline saying that she was calling out Erica Mena. Mind you, I don't fuck with that bitch. Okay. But, if she's calling you out and saying that you fucked up for what you did, and then you want to call her toxic, two things can be true at the same time. I want you to understand that. You're a toxic person. You're a toxic ass parent, okay? You act like you want to fuck your child, so you could talk about that. Erica Mena is just as fucking toxic as well, but that ain't, a clock can be broken and still be right at least once or twice a day. You know what I'm saying? But listen. You are a fucked up individual. And at the end of the day, Mama D is at an age where ain't nothing gonna change. So you can say all that you want to say and come down on her. Ain't nothing gonna change. Yeah, that's just sad. The fact that these kids are growing up in these predatory ass fucking households, it's just really, it's really, moving on from that, what else I want to talk about right quick? This whole situation with Nicki Minaj. Girl, I don't know what to tell you, okay? And this is one of those situations where I just said, I would rather a person, I should know this much about your life. And it's stuff that we ain't even going to look for, because these artists are just putting it out there. People just put it out there, okay? She popped up out of nowhere, at least, I guess, as a talk of town. I don't know if I got a block. I'm going to just be honest with you. I couldn't take it anymore. And after this last go round, I definitely was just like, no. I put her on block, put Cardi on mute. Okay? It was just too much. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, you put out there your business, and then getting your feelings when people got to say something, and you go on a tirade and you blame other people, and you go off on talking about somebody is taking money off your Amex card, and it's been happening for a minute, and it's 3 to 4 people that's been doing it, and now it's they done got your new number, whatever. Then you showing a screenshot of $4,000, $8,000, $7,000, or whatever that's been taken and look like it's from your Apple Wallet. Now I got Apple Wallet. And my Apple card, that's on my phone. So how they got authorization on your phone to do some shit unless you give them that? or whatever. I'm confused as this. And it's given very much that it's probably your husband that's doing it. But then again, somebody could have hacked some shit and could have got into it. I don't know. Either fucking way, check. The call is coming from the inside of the house. Okay? It's coming from the inside of the house most likely. And if it is, it's fucked up. I don't give a good goddamn if you don't like that lady or how you feel. That's messed up. If somebody is taking advantage and stealing somebody, her stuff or whatever, that's fucked up. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's just disgusting. But at the same time, check the inside of your house, okay? Because truth be told, your nigga probably doing it. Your nigga probably doing it, right? And then you go from that, talking about getting her feelings because an article got put out about her possibly could be losing her home or putting it up as collateral. I don't know. This man that was a bodyguard for her, right? Back in 2019, when she was on tour, some shit like that. She was doing the show. Some fan was able to get up there, I guess, on stage or whatever, and she got pissed off about it, rightfully so. Because if I'm paying you to secure the facility, to be my guard and all that stuff, you should do your job. Nobody should be getting up on stage, right? Okay. And so she wound up cussing out this woman security guard. The male security guard come through and he was like, yo, trying to defuse the situation. And she wasn't having that. And so she told him, according to him, to go to the back. And in the room, they up in there and her husband up in there. And he wound up knocking this man out, fucked his jaw up to the point that he needed jaw surgery. Okay? And so he sued and got a default judgment of like probably $500,000 or some shit like that. Only because they didn't show up to the court. So basically they was just like, fuck it. And it's 2025 and they still haven't paid the money, right? And so basically he was suggesting, why don't you just go ahead and take that goddamn house that they got out there in LA. Okay, put a little mortgage on there. The mortgage like $20,000 or something like that. And he was like, what? Bitch, basically, she a debt. I just like, oh my goodness. So because you defaulted or you wouldn't come to a court case and you got to owe this man money, now you're at risk of getting your house taken and you just got this house in 2022. Get it. And they saying that you got money, allegedly. Girl, go ahead and get that man that money so you can still be up in your crib. You got a child. Okay, come on. What is happening with our entertainers these days? And speaking of fucking entertaining, and then going in, and then all of a sudden, and next thing I see, she talking about something, the album is not coming out. No more music. Girl, that music, I'm just going to be real with you guys. The music wasn't coming out in the first place, okay? And if it is coming out, it was not coming out on a date that it was, that she had put out. That, what is it, 3/27/26? It was never coming out, okay? I just want y'all to be real with y'allself and to understand it was all because Cardi came out and she wanted to get in and try to fuck some shit up. And that's what she tried to do. And now she want to pull it back and say, oh, ain't no album coming out. And then all of a sudden it's Jay-Z fault, it's Roc Nation fault. And again, the way people suing you because they want their money and all that shit because they feel like something owed to them. If you feel like you are owed some shit and you need justice, bitch, what is taking you so fucking long to file the fucking papers and to blast it from the rooftop that you are suing that nigga? Because if I am owed millions, bitch, fuck that. Thousands of dollars. I'm suing, bitch. Okay? I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm suing you. And you have the means and opportunity to sue. I hope you do. Because ain't nowhere in hell I'm finna keep on ranting about the same shit and ain't getting nowhere. Instead of just suing a bitch to let them know, oh, this ain't just fucking rent. And I can back the fuck up what I'm saying. Okay? Because now it's looking, you ain't got nothing to hold. You just talking out your ass. I guaranteed you, bitch, you owe me millions of dollars. We going to fucking court. And I spend my last trying to get that shit. The fuck? You're not gonna play me. And that's how I know it's some bullshit. That I, like, if it was some validity, you would have went to court. Okay? And I'm pretty sure, given how she is, she would have blasted that shit. So, yeah. Girl, don't pay her no mind. Moving on from that. What else? This whole situation with Mario. Mario. He makes me so mad now. He makes me so mad now. Y'all do not understand that. Even as a gay, I still hold space for my niggas, especially the ones that I grew up with and liked it and thought that I was gonna marry at one point. Cause I didn't know myself. I was fake straight. I didn't know what was going on. So I loved them. I loved them. And almost every last one of them has disappointed the fuck out of me. Y'all just don't know what. That's pain. That's pain, baby. Like, wow. You really just gonna do that to me? You gonna hurt me like that? Tyrese, you out here having your dogs killing other dogs. That's crazy. Okay. Now you got Mario. Mario, I was going up so hard for you. I wanted to braid your hair back in the day, and I didn't know how to braid nobody's hair. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to do that. Girl in the picture, you know, 2 Train. I love that. Okay? All of your albums at the time. Then Verses came through and you killed it. And then I found out that you sent a letter for Tory Lanez, and I said, And then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse from that. And then you get to this incident right here where you are performing on stage, and then all of a sudden you tell somebody that, and mind you, when I first saw the clip, it was titled, somebody had put the caption that said, a fan crashed the stage and look what Mario did. And Mario was like, man, get the fuck up off the stage, nigga. Okay? Go ahead, nigga, get the fuck up off the stage. That's literally what he said, right? And when I saw that version of the clip, I was like, well, I don't, the fuck if he a fan crash the stage, because we just saw somebody crash Neo stage. And I said, of all people, and nigga, you gonna get up there and crash Neo stage. Oh, that is funny. I said, of all people. But yeah, it crashed his stage, and I was like, Neo handled that well. I ain't even gonna hold you. He ain't cuss him out, but, got the motherfucker off the stage, right? And he pushed that nigga. I said, you know what? You do what you gotta do. Okay? I'm gonna let you have that. Now, when I saw this version of the clip, I was like, oh yeah, you do what you gotta do. You tell that motherfucker, get the fuck up off the stage. Nigga, what you doing? But then when I seen the real perspective and what was going on and found out that was the cameraman that was supposed to be on the stage recording, bitch, what? You are doing way too much, Mario. You are Mario, okay? So you want to say Mario? I say Mario, okay? Where's your Luigi? Well, he in jail. Damn, free him. They said Luigi is up in jail with 40,000 K plus on his books for commissary. I know that's fucking right, but that's neither here nor there. But Mario, you up on that stage and you cussing out the goddamn cameraman that's taking footage for the whole thing and for you, and then you talking about what happened was he got there like 5 minutes before he was supposed to get on stage, so he didn't know that it was going to be a cameraman out there, and he was being he was seeing shadows and all that stuff, and he was distracted because he didn't know what was going on. Understandable, but at the same time, why are you just getting there 5 minutes before your performance? You don't do no sound check or whatever. What's going on? You got stuck in traffic and something like that. What's happening? And then I feel like some of these artists, they just be getting a little bit too big for their britches. Okay, y'all be getting too big for your britches. Your ego be inflated way too much because you got a couple of girls that be telling you, "Oh my God, you so fine." Oh, because you can sing, bitch, and you be thinking that you can just get away with shit. And that's just not what it is. Because Mario, you acting like you bigger than the fucking program. You are not that big of an artist anymore, okay? To be acting the way that you acted. You know what I'm saying? And then to give that backhanded ass apology that really wasn't an apology, And I'm just sitting here like, Mario, that man was just doing his goddamn job. And then gonna say something. I mean, if I go out on the tour or whatever, you can come and film me again. Well, bitch, God trip you, okay? Mario, you gotta calm down. And you doing all of this As if you are performing at a goddamn arena. Not even a theater. Bitch, you are at a Fresno State Fair. The Fresno City Fair. Okay? A fucking fair. Fair. Bitch, I need to go back to a fair. We went to the Illinois. My grandparents took us one time. I've been to a fair one time, and it was the Illinois State Fair. That was the first time that I ate alligator. I said, "Oh my God, bitch, what is this? It tastes like chicken." You know how when we eat some new meat or whatever, it always say that it tastes like chicken, but it's kind of like a chewy chicken. That's what it was. It was a chewy texture, but it tastes like chicken. And probably because it was seasoned. That's just really what it was. That was the only thing that really stood out for me with that, is that I ate some alligator bites. I said, "Bitch, we are eating alligators? Huh? Are we supposed to do this?" You know, people be eating everything, and I just don't get it. Y'all be eating that wild game. People eat rabbits. Y'all be like, "Let me get some rabbit stew." What? Excuse me? Okay. Crocodiles go on shoes. Alligators go on shoes and belts and shit. Leave them animals alone. All right? Leave them alone. Yeah, Mario, you calm your ass down, okay? Calm your ass down. And speaking of, before I forget, Drake, let me tell you something. I'm gonna need you to just, at this point, disappear. And when I say disappear, I mean just chill out. We don't need to hear from you. We don't need to see you. You don't need to say nothing for a good 6 months. Okay? Let that shit die down. You know what I'm saying? Because it came out that case that you had against, that lawsuit that you wanted to have against UMG, all because you lost the fucking rap battle to Kendrick, okay? They dismissed that shit and said you ain't got no cause and no merit and ain't fine shit to even file this goddamn thing. Get this shit up out my face. That is embarrassing. You keep taking L after L after L after L. What? Elio. What is going on? What is going on, sir? Are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? Like, what? I would not want to show my face for a minute. For a minute, I would not want to show my face, because not only did I get into a beef with somebody that used to be cool, I used to be cool with, it got so gutter I couldn't even take it, because my ego got fucked up in the process, because I realized that I was losing, okay, and I wasn't gonna be on top the way that I was. And truth be told, even though he lost this shit, Drake still could have been on top, and I don't even think he that far down, okay, but he ain't up where he used to be in my eyes, okay? Because I would have put him at one of the top rappers, okay? I would have done that back in the day, but after this, baby, you down to the floor. Because this is some punk sucker move. This is some sucker move. You know what I'm saying? How do you lose? I ain't never heard no shit like this, even in the gutters of battles. Nas and Jay-Z went back and forth at each other, okay? Jay-Z said, came on your goddamn kid's car seat when I was fucking your girl in her car. The baby wasn't there, but I skidded on the goddamn car seat. Nas needed to whoop that nigga ass, okay? But did Nas do that? No. Did Nas sue? No. Jay-Z tried to do some shit. Listen, I think Nas really won that battle. But hey, neither one of them motherfuckers fought each other. Neither one of them motherfuckers sued each other, okay? Niggas used to get nasty and gutter back in the day with the beats, okay? But ain't nobody sue nobody. They duked that shit out on tracks, or they duked that shit out in the streets, or they duked it out with some guns, because look what happened to Tupac and Biggie. We don't want that to happen, okay? But nobody went to the court because we lost a fucking rap beef. Oh my God, put it on fucking wax, bitch. And if you feel like you lost, just go back and regroup. And we would have just been like, it's all fair and love and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. You live to put out another record and put out another hit. And that's the thing with Drake. He let the shit get to his head so bad. Everything else that he started putting out afterwards was not up to par. Not up to par. That's just really what it was. It's one thing to lose a beat, and then to come back with something that's good. He didn't come back with anything that was good. Nothing that was good, nothing that was rememberable or anything, okay? Came and went. Came and went. That's just what it was. And he did it to himself. So, baby, just sit back, chill for a minute, and then come back blazing. That's just all you got to do. You got to regroup yourself, I should say. Regroup, you know? Um, oh my God. Black China and Rob, Angela White, y'all finna get back together? Y'all finna get back together? I will never forget the way that whole situation went down. If you did not remember and you was not living that in real time, baby, that was a time, girl. That was a time because we was like, everybody know the Kardashians, okay? Everybody know the Kardashians. And see, this is why I can't, and I don't see it for the Kardashians. And I know some people that be like, well, they don't do nothing and all this shit. First of all, half of them is Trumpers. That's just what it is, you know. Second of all, they let a lot of shit pass and slide and get put off as normalcy. And one of those things was being okay with Tyga dating and fucking around with Kylie. And Kylie was very much underage. She was very much underage. And he was very much well in his 20s. And y'all was okay with that. Y'all was okay with that. And the whole way that union came about, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. You paraded it around. You were okay with it. And it's like, that's why I'm just like, no, I can't go up for people like this. Okay? First of all, you don't have any talent. That's what it is. Baby, if I'm going to go up for somebody, they got to got talent. They got to have something that's going to wow me and just going to be like, damn, bitch. And it can't just be because you pretty. Because there's a lot of pretty, a lot of fine motherfuckers out here, baby. And I'm a little shallow, too, because I go up for a fine bitch, but you got to have a little talent behind it. Okay? You got to have a good personality and some good-ass talent behind it for me to actually do some shit like that. Okay? That's why I don't see how people be going up so hard for these reality stars that don't do shit but sit on TV and eat and go to the store. I don't see how y'all be going up for them Love Island people. They don't do nothing but sit at the fucking villa and kiss each other. That's it. But y'all go so fucking hard. I don't understand that shit, bitch. But y'all see how it glitch? Anyway, when that whole shit went down, I was just really disgusted because Tyga and Black China was going together at the time, had a kid together. Kylie and them, all of them, they was cool. They was cool. And that whole time she was fucking on her man. Fucking on her man. And when that whole shit exploded, bitch, oh, it was something. It was something. And then we ain't hear nothing for a second. And then all of a sudden, we found out that Rob and Black China was together. And not only were they together, she was pregnant with a Kardashian, an actual Kardashian. I said, damn. Hollywood is Hollywoodding, okay? When that shit happened. Y'all remember when they had Rob and China the show and it only went one season? What was she saying on that phone? Oh, I can't remember what she was saying because she kept on hollering, bitch, girl. And then when she tried to sue the Kardashians or whatever because them stopping the show, y'all broke up. Why would they continue the show? I was on their side on that part, okay? Because only on that part that it logically is like, it's called Rob and China. Y'all not together. You could barely be in the same room with each other. Y'all don't fuck with each other like that. So why have a show keep going for season 2 and y'all filming separate scenes or whatever? That's not what the people want to see. Because if that's the case, go get your own reality show and show your life that way. You know what I'm saying? So I understood why they stopped the shit, right? But of course she lost. But they was being very, you know, and then your principal come in to play when it's like, this black woman against these people. It was like topsy-turvy. I was like conflicted. It was like, damn, China, you should have just left it go. But I don't like the way they coming at your ass either. But at the same time, I knew you was going to lose. It was one of those situations. And then, Black China go through her little transformation or whatever. And she's no longer Black China. She's Angela White. Now, I don't know if she went back to Black China. I know she had a little man. I know they broke up because they was on College Hill, the Celebrity Addiction when they was in New Orleans. And I really, really liked her on there because she was really a different person. You could tell that she was going on a journey for for real trying to find herself and trying to get out of that Black China mode, right? Then she get on Love and Hip Hop Miami, I believe. And I was like, girl, what the fuck? Why are we on here? Then her and her man broke up, okay? And so now they saying it's a possibility that Rob and her might be rekindling some things. Honestly, I like to see it. Rob likes to keep himself on the low low. So yeah, I like to see it. I just want to see how that shit just look. Interesting. The whole thing is just interesting. And talking about some stuff. Moving on. Wendy update. So Wendy. Listen. Was it worth it? Was it? Ooh, bitch, I look like my mama. Was it worth it, girl? No, it wasn't. Reports came out the other day saying that Wendy got fired from her job. She was a professor of sociology, and I think she was doing a course about reality TV. Well, in Wesleyan University. I had no idea that she had got this job because last that I heard, because I don't follow these people outside of and keep a hold of their life outside of the show. Okay, once that episode go down, baby, I'm done with it. Unless some hot news like this come out, that's the only time you'll get me talking about it. But other than that, once the episode is over with, I'm moving the fuck on. Okay, not harping on it for the whole week. And so I did not know that she had got another teaching job because on the show, I think it was at least 2 seasons back, she quit her job at Johns Hopkins, right? And I think she was tenured there, but she wound up getting a professorship at Wesleyan University. And then I don't even believe she was there for a full year. And the reports came out and said that they fired her, right? So then she comes out, or her people come out and said, absolutely not. That's not what happened. She resigned, okay? Before they got aware of anything that was going on or whatever, and the logistics of everything, she had put in her papers and said, I'm going to resign. This is not going to work out. And then news broke about her getting arrested and all this shit or whatever. Okay, cool. If that's what you want to say, Wendy, if you want to say face like that, you can say face like that. We'll go with your story. But then again, can we trust your story? Can we trust your story? Bitch, the kids were saying, oh my goodness, our professor got arrested. I was just about to go to class. I just had her a couple of days ago and I got to go there to turn in an assignment. And then I found out that she's no longer teaching, but we got assistant teacher and all this stuff. I said, child, that is embarrassing. And so at this point, it's like, will she show up to the reunion? Honestly, to be quite honest, I just feel like she should. Okay? Sometimes you gotta, because in a situation like this, it's a lose-lose situation. Okay? And what I mean by that is because everything is out there in the open right now. And there are so much speculations about what happened, who started it, who idea was, because everybody want to automatically blame Wendy because of how they see her act on a TV show. And then don't want to blame Eddie. Okay, and say that, oh, maybe she put Eddie up to it. But I feel like it was both of them. I feel like they sat down and said, bitch, what we gonna do? What if we do this? And he was like, yeah, bitch. I feel like it was something like that. I feel like it was a joint situation that they both came up together with. Okay, we know that they both took a part of it though, and they both should still share equally the blame. But everybody has put their opinions out there about you, and at this point, I feel like, not saying that we deserve, because who the fuck are we? But then again, it's like, it's out there and you do kind of owe the public some explanation, because you do, believe it or not, it's people that really do look up to these people for whatever reason. Okay, and with Wendy, I can understand why some people would look up to her because of her accomplishments and what she was doing prior to being on The Housewives. Wendy was something prior to being on The Housewives. Okay, especially the commentating, political background and all that stuff, where she used to be on CNN and all these other shows. And she used to be getting the girls' asses. You know what I'm saying? She used to be getting their asses, doing real work. Okay. And showing that, you could be this black woman, this African woman, and have such prestige and all these degrees and get success and all that stuff. And then you just put that shit down in the toilet. You took that and dropped it into the toilet and you flushed that bitch. And it got stuck. It just kept on swirling and swirling and swirling and spit it out back at your ass and said, fuck that bitch. Like, girl, what? So at the end of the day, it's like, I know you probably embarrassed as shit and you want to get over it, but it's not going to go away. So you might as well address it head on. That's how I feel. People are still going to talk whether you clear it up or not. People are still going to talk, and that's going to be on you. And at this point in time, I feel like reality TV probably your only thing that you can do. And with that, I was about to say cowboy cannabis, Happy Eddie. That's it. Because I'm pretty sure Happy Eddie ain't going to get that. That's not going to get affected. But you ain't getting a teaching job, okay? You have too much on you right now. At least you're not going to get nothing real quick, okay? I don't see her doing anything on commentating politically or doing the things that she used to do. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, this is a stain, not just a stain. This is a big ass stain. Okay, this is a fucking blood clot that you can't just get rid of. You know, like it's stuck right there. You let it sit way too long and it just won't come out. This is what it is. Okay, and it's like, I get that times are hard for people, but at the end of the day, a lot of us are looking at you guys like, you didn't have to do this. This is some shit that we probably would do. And I'm talking about us everyday folks that are really out here struggling. And we living by our means. We living in our budget, but yeah, we still not making it the way that we want to make it. Or we should be making it because things keep increasing. We're not out here committing fraud and stuff or whatever. We're not out here faking it like we got it. But see, y'all get on TV and y'all faking like you got it and putting up airs for who? We didn't ask you to do that. At least I didn't ask you to do that. And I just need to know, when did the housewives become so much about opulence, like over the top opulence, like you have to have this, you have to have that, like, and I mentioned that when I was doing a housewives review this past Sunday, when Wendy was coming downstairs to go talk to Stacey in her own house, and she was so did up. You are in your own house. Why are you so did up like that? Like you're about to go and stunt on who? You are in your house. Put on some jeans and, a little t-shirt or whatever. Nene is, that's one thing I liked about Nene. Nene will put on a jean and a t-shirt in a minute. Okay? Jeans and a white t-shirt. Some stonewashed jeans and a white t-shirt. And just sit there. Okay? What's wrong with putting on some nice looking sweats or a little jogger shoe, a little velour shoe to sit around in the house with? You're not being did up in your house on every day just sitting there like that. Like, come on, you're doing too fucking much, and it's for what? It's for what? Who are you trying to impress? Because the girls don't look at Potomac for fashion and all that shit. That's why you went and got your titties done and all of that stuff, whatever. Because who are you trying to... I can see fixing your hair. Get it. I get that. And your makeup improve a little bit, but all this other shit, girl... Who are we trying to impress? And now you done fucked up your whole goddamn reputation. You got people talking about you so much. You don't know where you're going to get a job at, if you're going to get a job. Oh, you possibly going to jail. Y'all think that lady going to jail? I don't know. And at this point, I want to say, I want them to get like probation or whatever. But I really feel like that's not going to happen because it's too much and it's too blatant. And it's 7 felonies. She got 16 charges and 7 of those are felonies. They're going to give her some time. And they're going to give him some time too. And my whole thing is, why the fuck was y'all emailing each other? Y'all live together. Somebody said they probably was emailing each other because maybe they separated. Now, I don't want to put that out there, but that is a possibility because that's the only thing at this point they kind of make sense. Either way, if we doing some shit like this, we should do that shit in person. Okay? We should sit there together and be like, because we don't want to do what? Have a paper trail. Bitch, because if you would have texted, you would have had a because the shit would have been in the cloud. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure you got an iPhone, and even if you don't, they can find your text messages. Okay? Even if you delete your text messages and you factory reset your text messages, they're going to find that shit. And then you doing emails, they're going to find... Eddie, you risking getting disbarred. Okay, you getting your license taken away. And now, what are y'all going to do for money? Besides Happy Eddie, what else is y'all going to do for money? Then you didn't think about your kids. Oh my God, I feel so fucking bad for the kids. Yeah. That's it. Bitch. Um, what? Tamara, shut up. Tamara Judge from the OC. I can't stand her no more. I used to like Tamara because, you know, she used to get a girl's hell, but she be doing way too much. This the headline said Tamara Judge says Wendy Osefo's neighbor slid into her DM and said everyone in the neighborhood assumed the burglary was an insurance fraud scheme. I mean, yeah, but okay. You know, y'all remember, oh my God, it's just like Married to Medicine. What was the girl that was on the Indian lady and her husband? And that one season, I think it was their last season too. Um, her and Toya used to be good friends, right? Because they lived in the same neighborhood. And then all of a sudden they had a little falling out. And then their home got broken into. And then they was trying to make it seem like, or even Toya was trying to make it seem like that, you know, they was lying about the break, that they set that shit up. And then they was trying to say that Toya had set that shit up too, like bringing some people out there. Oh, bitch, that shit got messy as fuck. Girl, Bravo be doing some crazy shit. Yeah, Bravo be doing some stupid shit. Okay, letting the girl stay on there for this. Oh, let me talk about this for a second. Stephen A. Smith is a bitch, okay? I just really want to put that out there. I do not like that man. I need him to just go out and just say that he is MAGA right here and now, okay? You could try to deny it, but all of your, you know, all of your actions have been showing that you are. Because the way that he came for Jasmine Crockett, because she don't take Donald Trump's fucking shit, and you up here coming down her throat and basically saying, if you want some shit to happen in your district, how about you, don't you ever think about trying to work with him to get some stuff happen and all this stuff? Why would you want her to work with somebody that called her a low IQ individual? You suck too much ass and did too much for me, okay? You do too much. And then when what's his name? Alexis Ohanian? Serena Williams' husband came onto that, what is it, First Take or whatever. But see, Stephen Smith wasn't there, right? He was on the screen and all that shit. And he asked him about some shit like, bitch, you had something to say about marriage and all that. Oh no, I can't say nothing. I said, wait a minute, bitch, hold on. Not you. All of a sudden we stuttering? We glitching up there? What's going on? Oh, I ain't got nothing to say. But you had a lot to say. You had a lot to say when Serena was up there at the Super Bowl with Kendrick and all this shit. And I wouldn't let my wife get up there, and then you up here doing this to your ex and all this stuff. And why would you do this? And you ain't even married and ain't never been married. And like Alexa said, I give advice on building billion-dollar companies because I build billion-dollar companies. So basically, stay in your fucking lane. You ain't never been married. You're not married. So why are you giving marriage advice? Oh, I can't do that. I said, oh, not you, Kremlin. See, that's just what it is. Motherfuckers will get up here and talk all that shit. And that's how some of you keyboard warriors are. These motherfuckers that be on social media and all this shit, Twitter and all that. Y'all be talking all that shit. But when it comes time to see people in person, oh, it's mute. Oh, I ain't mean it like that. It's just, it's just playing games and all this shit. No. I found that so funny. Okay? You could talk shit to LeBron, but when that white man got up there, I said, oh, that's what we doing? Okay. Let me know then. Shit. We bumbling fool up in this bitch. All right. But, also, I seen that shit with Mark Lamont Hill and the Joe Budden podcast, that whole little altercation or almost altercation with dude named Ish or whatever. First of all, I don't know them people. I don't watch that. I don't understand how y'all sit there and watch it either. I don't like Joe Budden. I don't understand. And I don't. From what I'm gathering, Mark Lamont Hill is just way too intelligent for these lowbrow ass niggas. And so I'm just going to assume that little blow up was bound to happen. Okay. And in that situation, I'll be on his side. But at the same time, my whole thing is when I found out that he was on the show and then come to find out he's like permanent on the show, why are you there? Why are you there? This is not what I wanted to see you for. This is not what I want to know you for. Like, what Why are you on this podcast? This what? I feel like I just don't understand it. I'm on his side on it, but I just don't understand it. I don't. Like, that threw me off so bad when I realized that he was really just going to be on there to be on there, for real, for real. Like, I could see Mona, Don't Call Me White Girl on there. I could see, the video vixen, Melissa Ford. Y'all, I used to love her so bad. Is she off of it? I hope she is, because they's trash. Y'all. Back in the day, for those that don't know, we had video, like, you had the artist and you had the video vixen who were just as popular as the artist. And I mean, we knew their names. We knew their names. They were getting gigs. They were getting magazine shoots. Back in the day, they had King magazine and all that shit, even Vibe and all that. They were giving covers of magazines, okay? And Melissa Ford was one of the first that I seen that really just was like, I was so in love with her. I was so in love with her. God damn, bitch. I was gay as shit. Damn, now that I think about it, I really was a gay bitch. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. But yeah, anyway, Mark Lamont Hill, get up off the show. Also, y'all seen that shit that happened with the Young Republican? Y'all need to stop saying, well, what is Young Republicans? I'm thinking that Young Republicans shit was supposed to be like some teenagers or something like that. These motherfuckers is in their 30s, okay? And got caught with who leaked the group chat? See, this is why, y'all be making me scared to, well, I ain't even gonna be saying that because I don't be talking shit like that. But, new people, I never fuck around and talk some cash shit with some new people, whatever. Now, with my friends, my real friends, yeah, we'll talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole bunch of shit that I could put out, but I ain't gonna do that. But, how is it that y'all feel so fucking comfortable to be up in your group chat and this is like, y'all are in the same organization and y'all are basically being racist as all hell. Racist as all hell. Okay? And it's just like, whoa. And not just to black folks. Not just to black folks, okay? But to damn near everybody. And then when you look at the people who did it, who are in this text thread, I should say, you look at them and you're like, typical. Talking about our wording should be fun and all this stuff, and talking about Hitler and how you love him and bring back gas chambers and calling black people monkeys and watermelon eaters and all this shit or whatever. And then you look at the pictures and I'm like, I can see exactly why you said certain things, because you don't get pussy. You're an incel. That's just why you said a whole bunch of that shit. And then they want to put out a statement talking about this is disgusting and we're not for this. Get the fuck out of here. That's what your party is about. Okay? All you have you been noticing the rash of not priests, but preachers and, certain leaders that have been getting caught up in these child PDS things and stuff like that, that's been getting charged and stuff, especially from the church, that conservative churches lately. And one of them was friends with fucking Trump. Exactly. You was thinking the same thing I was thinking. Release those damn files, okay? But yeah, them motherfuckers, like, girl, please, get the fuck up out of here. Like, we're not shocked. We're not surprised. What else is going on? Not the Barbie. Miguel, I thought your album was supposed to be coming out on the 24th. We ain't heard nothing else about it besides you giving a date. Somebody else gave a date for an album that's really coming out, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Summer Walker. Now, you know what? Summer Walker, she did the little promo for it. She was doing a little lie detector. That lady said, you care what people say about your body? You sure that this is going to be the correct date? Bitch, I said, not you asking all the questions that people be coming for her with, but I like that. That's some real shit. Like, I'm hearing what you saying, but I'm gonna use that shit against you. Okay, I said, you know what? You better do that. And it was like, is it true that the date is coming? The album is being released 11/20 25? And she was like, yeah, bitch. And they was like, that is true. So her new album, Finally Over It, is coming out 11, which is November the 14th, 2025. I'm actually looking forward to it. And that's saying a lot because, when this last album came out, I really wasn't feeling it. And I don't know. And I said I'll go back and give it another listen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and listen to Over It, Still Over It, and then, so I can get a feel for it again and see if my taste changed on it. But I love Heart of a Woman. That is my shit, bitch. That is my shit, girl. I love it. And so just because of that, see, that is how you put some shit out there. Put out a great song and it'll get me just wanting to give you chance after chance after chance. Like, I don't dislike Summer Walker, okay? She may say some problematic shit sometimes here and there. But, she do got a nice personality. And she is very talented. You know what I'm saying? But, I'll give her a chance. I definitely will because I'm looking forward to it. Kehlani about to release another song. I just heard that snippet on her Instagram. And I was just like, Go ahead and give Kehlani the Grammy for this Best R&B Song. Best R&B song for 40, because everybody and their mama has been doing covers to it. And I'm talking about the artists, not just regular folks, but artists, okay? They have been doing covers to it. And yeah, I just want her to go ahead and get a Grammy. Y'all know that song allegedly is about Victoria, right? And then I listened to the news clip, and this is not because, I like them or whatever, but no, I saw it live, and a friend actually slipped that shit out, and I said, oh. And mind you, this was a while ago. And it just popped back up. And I said, wait a minute. And then I'm listening to the new clip. And I was like, they probably click-clacking again. Okay? Because all of a sudden, Victoria is just all up in her likes and stuff. And that has not been happening. That has not been happening for a while. Recently, and I mean within the first hour of that shit being posted, you are in that shit. Yeah, that click-clacking again. That's, I just can't give her up. But yeah, I want her to get that Grammy for sure, for sure. What else is going on, dude? Is there something else that's going on there? Oh yeah, TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, they getting engaged. They engaged. They still got their podcast, bitch. I have not heard anything about them in a long time. Okay, do I care about them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But congratulations to you. Oh yeah, the whole thing with Kim Kardashian. This is what I want to say. You can go to hell with them skim thongs with the pubic hair on there. What was the point? The girlies like to cut their bush. You know what I'm saying? They like to trim that shit up. So why would they buy some faux bush draws? Where is the coochie hair coming from? You trying to give the girls yeast infections? You trying to give the girls rug burn down there? What is going on? If that's the case, they will. And they're going to put it on the outside. Bitch, imagine you getting it in with your boo and he or she thinking that you shaved down there. And then they pull it down and they be like, bitch, what the fuck? Oh, no, baby, let me just pull this off. Girl, that'll freak me out a little bit. Girl, there ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of hair. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of hair. Girl, they was eating, bitch, back in the day, before the girls started really shaving down there, and y'all been started shaving all y'all hairs and shit, bitches was going out all natural, okay? I mean, under hairs, underarm hairs and bitch like that, coochie hairs and all of that shit, and them motherfuckers was eating it up. They just had, and they'd be all good. You know what I'm saying? If a little hair got stuck in the throat or whatever and in the teeth, they'd be good. And they still be devouring it. We need to get back to, no, we don't. I was about to say we need to get back to it. Listen, I could do a landing strip. You know what I'm saying? A landing strip is cute. Ball is okay too. Harry, that's just a bit much for me. That's a bit much for me. I want to see the lips. Anyway, let me get the fuck up off of here. I gotta fix my lunch for tomorrow. Because I guess I'm going to work. Y'all, D'Angelo is gone. I loved his cover of Smokey Robinson Cruising because that is one of my favorite songs ever. Because I just love the melody of it. And then the way that he put his own twist to it, made it jazzy, made it so. Oh, you guys. Y'all, please take care of yourselves. Get yourself checked out. Okay. I'm going to do the same. I've been going through some things, and I feel like I ain't been doing, I'm gonna be real, feel like I ain't been doing the best that I could. I've been letting some things slack, and I gotta get back on the ball. Gotta get my mental back together. I said it's been a tough month. It's been a tough month so far, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And we just gonna live and we gonna thug this thing out. But thank y'all for hanging in there with me tonight. Um, like I said, this probably all over the place, but I did not want to leave y'all and have y'all wait until Friday morning to get the video. Because if I was to record tomorrow, y'all would have got that shit Friday morning because it would have came out late. But I wanted to at least have y'all something to watch, listen to in the background, not break up your routine. Cause y'all be saying that y'all don't know how much that means to me when y'all be like, oh, I was waiting to watch your video so I could listen to it while I'm on my way to work or while I'm doing my job. No, this that be making me so, that makes me smile in the inside so much, and I appreciate y'all so much. But y'all enjoy yourself, be safe, keep warm, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.